So I've done a lot of thinking recently, and honestly, this is something I probably should have done a while ago. And this is something that I've thought about over the last couple years, but didn't know if I wanted to make this transition. But ultimately, I've came to the conclusion that going into 2024, instead of day trading options, I'm going to start transitioning over to futures. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing why I'm transitioning over to futures, the broker that I'm using, as well as the day trading strategies that I'm going to be implementing to my futures strategy. But real quick, if you guys do find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. And if you want more futures videos in the future, comment down below and let me know. But let's get into this. I would say over the past couple of years, a majority of my day trades started being within SPY and QQQ. So I'd say honestly, probably like 90 to 95% of my day trades are just on SPY and QQQ. But there's been plenty of scenarios where the options end up stopping me out of a trade, whether it be in profit, at break even, or where my stop loss just ended up being for that options contract. And then price continued to go in my favor while leaving me in the dust. However, had I been trading futures, I wouldn't have been stopped out at that loss. I wouldn't have been stopped out at break even, and my stop loss wouldn't have been hit in profits. So as far as options, so many things come into play when considering what the option pricing is going to be. And today was a perfect example. SPY went up all day. However, those option contracts really did not move due to the theta in so many different variables. So because already a majority of my day trades are on SPY and QQQ, I feel like this transition over to futures is just going to help me a lot more. And I no longer have to worry about options. I can literally just trade based off of a point system, which we are going to discuss here in a little bit. Now, another reason is going to be tax benefits. I'm not going to hop into that too much inside of this video, but if you guys do want a future video on that, just comment down below and I will definitely make it. And then another reason why I'm making this futures transition is because when I trade SPY and QQQ, I'm doing my analysis on ES and NQ. So it'd be a lot easier just to do analysis on ES and NQ and then trade ES and NQ. And actually a fourth reason being the futures are open 23 hours a day. So I'm no longer having to sit in front of my computer at 9:30 in the morning. I could hop on earlier in the day, maybe at like 6 a.m., see a future setup, take it, and then I'm done for the day. Or if I see a future setup at night, I could trade at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night if I really wanted to. So I like how flexible the futures market can be compared to options where they're only trading from 9:30 Eastern time to 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then fifth being, I can actually start trading in multiple different markets. So not only do I have to trade NQ and ES, I can start trading things like gold futures, silver futures, platinum futures, oil futures, corn futures, and so many other things. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons why I'm making this transition over to futures. Now, I'm not going to be completely leaving options because when I'm swing trading, it's always going to be options, but my swing trading, it's a completely different strategy and I don't swing trade SPY and QQQ. And then also if I see a setup on like, let's just say Meta or Microsoft or AMD, like a higher time frame setup, I'm still going to go ahead and day trade those options. So now a major question I got asked on my Instagram over the weekend. If you guys aren't following me over there, I highly suggest you're doing so. But a major question I was asked was, what broker are you using? Is it a funded broker? The broker that I am using is Tradovate. No, I am not affiliated with them. That was just a platform that a lot of people suggested. So if you guys would like a video on how to set up your Tradovate for futures trading, definitely make sure to comment down below. Now, this account is funded through my own money. I don't do funded accounts. I don't promote funded accounts. A lot of those prop firms are very, very sketchy. So I am funding this with my money and my money only. Alrighty, so now hopping on over to the charts, I do want to talk a little bit about the point system just in case you guys aren't too familiar with futures. But pretty much when it comes to trading futures, they move off of a point system. So for ES, I'm just going to go ahead and type this out. ES, 1 point equals $50, right? So if we went long on ES at 4,800 and it went up 1 point to 4,801, we're going to make $50 just based off of 1 point. If it goes up 2 points, we're going to make $100. 3 points, $150. So every single point is going to equate to $50. If you went long at 4,800 and it dropped down to 4,795, you're going to lose $250. Now, if you are not comfortable with the $50 per point, what you can actually do is trade the micros, which is going to be MES. And this is going to equate to $5 per point. So if you go long at 4,800 and it goes up to 4,810, you're going to make $50 based off of those 10 points. If you went long at 4,800 and it went up to 4,802, you're going to make $10. So again, if you're not comfortable with the whole $50 per point, you can actually just trade MES, which is going to be $5 per point. It's the same exact thing, just a different futures instrument that you can use. Now, if we head on over to NQ, this is going to be the NASDAQ futures, and this is going to equate to $20 per point. Now, the thing is with NQ, this can move very, very quick and can get away from you very fast. This candle alone right here opened at 17,083 and was all the way up to 17,094, which was 11 points within that 5-minute candle right here. And the market honestly did not move that much today. It was a slow grind up. Now we start heading on over to something like last Friday where the market started to move a lot more. You could see how NQ could get away from you very quickly. So if you're not comfortable with the whole $20 per point on NQ, you can actually go ahead and trade the micros, which is going to be MNQ. And if you're trading the micros, every 1 point is going to equate to $2. So if you go long at 1,700 and it drops to 16,990, you're going to lose $20. So again, a majority of my trades are going to be within ES and NQ, but I will be dabbling with other futures, and that's just how the point system is laid out. So it's a lot easier to understand what your stop loss is going to be when you're trading futures. So a really good example would be, I guess, this 21 EMA touch right here today on ES. As we can see, market went up in the morning and made this little fair value gap right here on the 5-minute time frame, and within that fair value gap, price came down and tested that 21 EMA right here as well as right here. If you ended up going long and you just said that your stop loss was on the opposite side of this 21 EMA, let's just say you got filled at 4811.5, your stop loss could have been 4810, 4809, which is going to be what? Only 1.5 to 2.5 points to the downside. So if you were just trading ES and you said, okay, my invalidation point is going to be 4810, well, 4810 is right here. That's 1.5 points, which is only going to be $75. So you know exactly how much you're going to lose when you're trading futures. For options, it's not that easy. You might have a rough guesstimate that you're going to lose $20 per contract, but it could end up being $25, $30, $35, especially if you're trading 0DTE. Those could get away from you very quick. But because the futures market is based off of points, you know exactly how much you're willing to lose and how much you are willing to make. So again, same scenario. You got long at 4811.5. You're willing to lose 1.5 points, which is going to be $75. But let's just say you're aiming for this high up here at 4816.5. That's going to be a 5-point reward, which is going to equate to $250 profit. So again, this is personally why I like the idea of futures more, because you know exactly what your risk to reward is going to be and exactly how much you're willing to make or lose per trade. And now finally, the strategies that I am going to be using when trading the futures. Again, I'm going to make more videos about this stuff in the future. A lot of it's going to be Fibonacci retracements. That's my bread and butter. So finding those clear-cut pivot low and pivot highs. You can see we bounced right off the 50% retracement today, super close to 61.8. So that's one strategy I'm going to be using. Also, I'm going to be using supply and demand. Supply and demand works excellent when it comes to trading futures. So you can see that we finally cleared this 4-hour supply zone that we've been chopping through all through here. And then I'm just going to be using my basic VWAP 8 EMA and 21 EMA. So it's going to be a very basic strategy when trading the futures. Maybe dabble around in some ICT concepts like liquidity sweeps and fair value gaps, but for the most part, I'm just going to keep it very basic and stick to what works for me. But that is going to wrap up this video, and I am so excited to start my futures trading with you guys here going into 2024. If you guys did find value in this video, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day. Let's run it up in 2024, and I'll see you guys in the next video.